What's up, y'all? Toya here, and I am back with another video for y'all. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys either like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. All right, y'all. We got some major changes that we have to talk about in regards to the Walmart Spark app. So just in case for anyone that has been watching that isn't aware of what's going on, there has been a major issue on the Spark app. And I did do a couple videos in regards to this topic. You guys can check that out if you want the full details. But for purposes of this video, I'll give you a very short breakdown of what's been happening. There have been a handful of individuals that have been taking advantage of the Spark app. Multiple accounts have been stolen or purchased, and they're using those accounts to their advantage. So you would have one person that has like 5 phones, 5 accounts, and if you would go out, try to do Spark, it's you and them, 5 to 1. So a lot of people that were utilizing this platform on a regular were having trouble getting orders with the combination of the bots and these individuals who have multiple accounts at their disposal to bring in more orders. So it's made it very difficult for a lot of people utilizing Spark because they just aren't making money because they aren't getting orders. So now it seems like Spark is finally starting to do something about this problem. So I received this email yesterday on Wednesday, March 20th, and they pretty much stated that there is going to be some enhancements to the security on the app, as well as some changes with the terms of use. So I got this email around like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I opened up the app and I didn't see any changes at the time. So I figured it was probably going to come later in the evening, or it was just going to be the next morning where the changes would take effect. So as of this morning, around like 7 a.m., I woke up around 7. I checked the Spark app. I got the notification that there were new terms of use and I had to go through it and sign, right? And so I decided to skim through the terms of use to go ahead and see if I can identify anything in regards to what they're going to do with the security. And I did find a section in regards to security, and we're going to talk about that today. So this first section was about the use of the Spark app, and I believe all of these points were already in the previous terms of service, but I'll still go ahead and highlight these just for transparency as far as how you're supposed to use the app, right? So you guys can pause to read these yourself if you like, but the main point is you're not supposed to use somebody else's account, right? So after that section, the very next paragraph says this, and this is for the identification verification. You agree to show your unexpired valid driver's license issued by a state in the U.S., showing your name and your photo upon request by a Walmart associate or retail associate. To verify your identity, paper licenses, pictures, and/or digital copies or photos of your license or other documents may be insufficient to meet this service level standard. So, what does this mean? What does this mean? You're gonna have to start showing your ID at pickup. Now, personally, I feel like this is probably the most simplest security feature that you could have, but you know, it's definitely gonna be beneficial. It's a step in the right direction. You know, as simple as it is, I feel like it can be very beneficial because it's gonna deter a lot of folks from trying to, you know, pick up orders as somebody else. You know, imagine you got a dude from Venezuela, right? And they have an account that belongs to Jessica. You go to the pickup spot, you pull up, and they're like, okay, where's Jessica? And, you know, they are going to refuse service to you. You know, a couple things about this. This is going to be dependent on the stores, for one. Okay, so I'm hoping that they're enforcing this. You know, maybe it's going to be included in the check system where when you give the code to verify that it's you picking up this order, you know, there's a second section where they have to, you know, look at your ID or scan the ID. I hope that they do a scan rather than just like a look at the ID because, you know, I can only imagine there's probably going to be people making fake IDs now to get around that, you know, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But, you know, it should still deter a lot of people. You know, like I said, you can't have a dude posing as a Jessica. That's not going to work. But, you know, if you have a person that kind of, you know, favors the person's account that they're using, you know, it'll be easier for them to pass as, you know, that person. I hope that this does help a little bit. Like I said, I don't believe this is going to be like 100% foolproof. You know, I think it is a good step in the right direction. So I'm pretty sure that there's going to be some other measures that come out later on to, you know, help with the overall situation in general. You know, obviously this isn't solving the issue with the accounts being stolen per se or purchased. You know, people can still lend out their accounts at their leisure, but you know, maybe this verification will kind of deter people a little bit more. It's not, like I said, 100% foolproof. You know, people are still gonna try to do what they can and get away with whatever they can, and you know, people are still using bots. You know, literally it says in terms of use you're not supposed to use bots, but people still use bots. Just because it's listed here doesn't mean people are actually going to follow through with what the terms of use are, right? So yeah, only time will tell, but we are definitely gonna need a lot more security, because you know, this whole little verifying thing where you gotta, you know, take a picture of yourself and look to the left, look to the right or whatever, you know, clearly that wasn't working. So I'm pretty sure that they're still gonna find a way to get around just handing an ID to verify. I mean, that human aspect of having a person actually check it is probably better than having, you know, a computer check, because you know, you can outsmart a computer. I mean, you can outsmart a person as well, but you know, I'm pretty sure a person will be able to look and be like, all right, you know, this ain't right. This ain't it. So it is still going to be up to the store. I'm hoping that they are enforcing the associates to check. And the other question would be, is this going to apply for all stores that use Spark? You know, Walmart and Sam's Club, you know, that's one thing, but what about the other stores that are associated with Spark? You know, the only other store I've picked up from was an Apple store, and they thought I was picking up for Uber. So yeah, I'm curious to know, what are the other locations going to be doing? You know, are they going to be told to, you know, do this verification process as well? Are they going to have to integrate that into their system? Or it's a lot of unknowns. There's still a lot of unknowns. So yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. That's pretty much it. So like I said, I feel like this is a step in the right direction, but we definitely have a long way to go. And I'm probably gonna go out sometime next week. I don't have time this week, but probably sometime next week, I'm gonna go out and see if the store associates actually are verifying the IDs, and you know, see if I can tell if there's a difference, you know, as far as, you know, the amount of orders that I'm able to get. Because it was tough. I signed up for Spark. I had been on a wait list for a very long time for Spark, and I finally got access in December. That first month in December was great. It was great. And going into January, it kind of slowed down a little bit because, you know, the incentives started slowing down, so I didn't really use the platform too much. But come February and March has been terrible. Absolutely terrible. You know, just seeing the people posted out there in the parking lot was so discouraging. So discouraging for me, because it's like, how do you compete with that? You can't compete with that. Yeah, only time will tell what's gonna happen. I'm recording this video on Thursday. I'm pretty sure some folks have probably gone out today to give it a try. And you know, you guys can report your findings back to me if you did have an opportunity to check out Spark to see, you know, how things are going with the new changes. So like I said, only time will tell. Only time will tell. So what do you guys think about this change? Do you think that this is going to be beneficial to us? Do you think it's going to be helpful? Do you think they need to do more? Let me know in the comments. Now, before I go, I have to remind you guys to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you do not miss a video. But I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. And as always, stay safe out there and keep grinding.